I'm Jack Kennedy, and we're here to bring you the latest in MMA.
Hey everybody, my name's Hunter Boss, and what the boss says goes.
What is up everyone, my name is Keelan McNamara, and you already know what time it is.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the MMA Island podcast. I am Jack Kennedy alongside Keelan McNamara and Hunter Boss. And today we have a very special guest on, Anthony Hogeback. Thank you so much for joining us today.
No problem. Hogeback.
Hogeback.
Hogeback. So sorry about that.
Gotcha.
No,
Hogeback.
don't be sorry. Everyone does it.
Well, now we know. Right now the public knows as well. You have a fight coming up August 27th. How is this fight camp going? How are you feeling?
It feels good. I've been kind of trying to get a fight since, I don't know, back in like February, March. So I've been like kind of preparing for a fight for like a really long time. So I feel in good shape. You know, I feel like I've been in camp for like months. So I'm ready to go.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I had a quick question just for the amateur scene side of things. What are you focusing on coming into this fight? You know, are you focusing on getting that win no matter what, you know, like all costs? Or are you focusing on like learning, improving your skill set or showing your skill set? What are you focusing on?
Yeah. For me personally, I feel like all of my fights, I've been coming to kind of like win a contest, not necessarily like fight. So this fight, I'm really just focusing on, you know, showing up to fight, you know, being okay with taking damage and kind of compartmentalizing all of that, not letting it, not let me do the things that I'm good at, but using it to kind of like, you know, get me ready to be in there and to come and fight, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
for sure. Something I was wondering, one of the big, shifts in MMA today, it seems to be like some people focus on just solely winning. And there's other fighters like Michael Chandler, Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier that are out there to put on a show as well. Does your fighting style, would you say you're looking to put on a show or just solely like going out there and get the win at all costs?
Definitely my mindset, my first 3 fights was like, come out, win, just make sure you win because, you know, you can be as entertaining as possible, but if you're, you know, have like a 500 record, it's going to be hard to kind of make a career out of it. So I think there comes a point in time where you have to kind of transition to, okay, well, you know, my record's where it should be and where I can, you know, make a career out of this, but I need to start, you know, making people remember me when I'm in there and making moments. And so that's something you got to kind of balance, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, totally get it.
Yeah, one question I actually had, Anthony, sort of directly spinning off of that. Obviously, you are really on the up and coming. You know, as you said, you put on a show every time you come to fight. And obviously on the MMA Island podcast, we love that. That's kind of what we're here for. But unfortunately, you know, for whatever reason, there might be quite a lot of our audience who aren't as familiar with your work. So for those who aren't, could you just give our audience an idea of who is Anthony Hogeback and what is he about?
Yeah, I just first and foremost like love the sport. Like I got into it, started training because I love the sport. I love everything about it. It's all I want to do. So I'm just working to get to that point where it is all I can do. You know, I can, you know, pay my bills from it and do a lot of stuff. So, you know, I come out there with the intention of getting better every time and improving and being able to, you know, take that next step. So, that's kind of where I'm at with MMA right now.
Yeah, for sure.
And what is that next step in your game? What's that one thing you want to improve on?
Just really let my hands go because in the gym I feel like I have really good striking, but sometimes I just haven't shown it yet. Whether it be like the easiest route to victory is just to, you know, grab a hold of this dude, sling him around, and look for submissions and stuff like that. Look for dominant positions, but I do really want to start letting my hands go because I know I have good striking. I haven't been able to show it yet.
Yeah, for sure.
Gotcha.
For sure. Speaking of how you got into MMA, is there a specific fighter that you kind of looked up to that helped you get into the sport, or do you like have a current favorite fighter?
Yeah, I think everyone around like my age always remembers like
Yeah.
Connor, just the blow up that he had. So I liked him. That's honestly probably one of the main reasons I walked into a gym was because I was like, man, this sport's dope. Like I want to go try it.
Yeah.
So him, I've always been a fan of him. Like now I Max Holloway. I love Max Holloway.
Mhm.
I love Sean O'Malley. I think his striking's insane. I like Izzy. I think his striking's insane.
Yeah.
Kamar,
How do you think Sean's going to do against Peter Yan?
I think a lot of people are going to be surprised. Like a lot of the casual fans who just think he's, walking in there to, to get demolished by Peter Yan. I think he's going to give Peter Yan a lot of problems because of his footwork, his range.
Mm-hmm.
He throws a lot of shots where he's off angles, and Peter's not going to be able to be there to counter. So I feel like he's going to frustrate Peter and maybe find his chin a couple times because Peter also starts pretty slow.
I hope so. Could you imagine a Sean O'Malley win over the number one contender? That would skyrocket his career. That'd be so much fun.
It would explode his superstardom to the point of Connor's if he could go get the belt. It would be insane.
I think so. Yeah, like I think he could totally do that.
You have always said that, to be fair, Hunter. You have.
Say that one time.
Once or twice.
No, I was just saying, Anthony, Hunter's kind of been like our number one Sean O'Malley fan on the show. And he's always said that if he's able to beat Peter Yan, then he will basically just go into the stratosphere if he beats him. So it's cool to hear that you agree with that as well.
Yeah, actually, and Tim Welch, his coach, I game with him sometimes, so I get to kind of pick his brain, like by like just talking to him sometimes. So, I'm like biasedly a fan of Sean O'Malley, but unbiasedly, like his skill set's wild. So, I feel like he's going to do very well.
Is that someone you'd like to train with in the future? Is like Sean O'Malley, or like, do you have specific fighters that you think would be like so cool to train with?
Yeah, I've actually talked to Tim about that a couple times. I just got to get out there, find the money to get out there and stay there for a couple days. But I have the invitation. I can go out there when I want. I just gotta scrape the money together to go do it. Yeah. But I've trained with guys like Matt Simmelsberger, who's in the UFC. Yeah. He's actually from my hometown in Frederick, Maryland.
Oh, sweet.
What's his name? The big heavyweight. Alexander Romanov. I've trained with him before.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't personally like put my hands on him or like grappled with him, but I've like been in the gym when he's been by.
He works throwing people around in the gym.
Oh yeah, dude, he's wild. Yeah. He's what you'd imagine in the gym for sure.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, speaking of big dudes, this weekend, who do you got for the main event? Thiago Santos or Jamal Hill?
I think Jamal Hill. I think he's got like a better fighting IQ, to be honest. I think Thiago Santos is kind of that like tough guy in your face the whole time. Mm-hmm. He'll kind of stand there, not really move his feet, just looking to land something big. So I think Jamal Hill's going to kind of find his shots, and he's got power too. He's got that weird long power. So I think Jamal Hill probably get it done.
And we all agree too.
Yeah. No real shock here.
Yeah, not too big of a shock, I think. But I was looking at the weigh-ins today, and Thiago Santos looks so much bigger than Jamal Hill. Like, I knew he had a size advantage for surely, but I mean, even when they were just flexing on the scales, Thiago Santos' arms looks like guns, and then Jamal Hill kind of
he's a
like
big boy.
Twig, so that power
difference
is going to be there easily.
Yeah. I think it's just the knees, though. Since that John Jones fight, it's just his mobility hasn't been the same. But look, I think someone's going to get dropped in that fight. I'm picking Jamal Hill as well, but someone's definitely getting dropped in that one for sure.
Oh, no question.
Yeah, if you guys are better, I would definitely take the under on those rounds. I feel like that's going to be finished.
Yeah,
I hear you.
Sure. Well, for your upcoming fight, do you have a prediction for the fight? That's something you want to make clear, make known? This is what you're going to do.
I think I know I'm gonna finish him. I'm definitely gonna finish him. I just don't know how I'm gonna do it. Whatever he gives me, I'll take it.
I love it. I love
Yeah, I
it.
was taking a
I
look
actually,
at your. Oh, go ahead, Keelan. Sorry about that.
no, I just had a question, Anthony, because you mentioned a couple of minutes ago, and I thought it was a really good answer about how much of an influence Connor was on your career. Obviously, he was one of the big reasons you got started. As both a fighter and as a fan who has been so directly influenced by Connor, do you think Connor's tainted his legacy by the way the last few years of his career have unfolded?
Uh, yes and no, because I feel like, and it's hard to like understand directly as a fan, because even I'll put myself there sometimes too. But because he hasn't been fighting, like he hasn't been like actively fighting, especially like he used to. Like he used to fight 3-4 times a year. But he's obviously not doing that now because he doesn't really have to anymore. So, but then the fighter side of me understands that. It's like, dude, you're taking damage in the gym every day. You're you're breaking your body down, you're cutting the weight, all that shit sucks. So when you have that kind of money, like I get why he's just kind of trying to live his life, but I do feel like he loves the sport so much. That's why he hasn't like fully kind of walked away. And it's kind of hard to when you're making $50 million every time you fight too. But the short answer to that is yeah, I do, because I feel like if he were to like not have gone and fought Floyd and defended the 45-pound belt, and then he would have taken the second belt at 55, and then he would have kind of defended that too. I mean, you're talking about like a John Jones type kind of resume there with all the money he's making. So,
Very
and the
true.
superstar that he has. So I feel like he kind of could have waited until around now to fight Floyd or fight some of these bigger boxers, because I don't think Conor needed Floyd. I don't think he really needed to do that.
Oh no.
So, but I get it too. The fighter side of me is like, yeah, dude, enjoy your life. You have all the money. Why don't go take more damage?
Absolutely. Do you think we'll see him fight again?
Yeah, 100%.
Because we were talking about this the other day in the podcast, actually. So it's good to hear your opinion on it too. We were kind of wondering if it's going to be this year or next year or even at all. So that's a very interesting insight.
Yeah,
Hagler
I think it'll
had
be like
a
mid
good
next
quote.
year.
No, yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Marvin Hagler had a good quote back in the day. He said it's hard to wake up and train at 5 o'clock in the morning in silk sheets. I think Conor McGregor's there right now. It's hard to be disciplined when you have all that money. So I don't know what exactly is going to happen with McGregor's future. I hope he'll come back fighting. But back to your fight, Anthony. Your opponent Juan has 3 losses, all due to submissions. Is that something you could see happening in this fight coming up August 27th?
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Gotcha. Is there a submission that you favor over others?
Nope, I'll take them all. I got my blue belt from Chris Bauer at Bauer House MMA in Frederick, Maryland. And that dude is like one of the most savage individuals I've ever seen in my life. Like he's like in his 40s, still competing internationally, just dogging everyone. So I'm really proud to be a blue belt under him, because he doesn't just give his blue belts away. So, I mean, I'm ready to go. I can play jiu-jitsu with someone. I don't care.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love it.
Anthony, another question from me, and I'm really looking forward to hearing your answer on this because of where you're at in your career. As a young and up-and-coming, very exciting prospect, what career path, assuming you come to that fork in the road, which next step for your career would be more attractive to you? If you had an offer from, say, a Bellator, or you had an offer for the Contender Series, which one would be more intriguing to you, and do you have a reason why?
I think every fighter's answer should be that if the UFC has any interest in you, you should take it. It's just the biggest platform. It's the most eyeballs. And at the end of the day, if no one's watching you fight, then what are you doing it for? Because you're probably not going to make any money doing it. So definitely the UFC, the Contender Series. Bellator, it would just depend on where you're at in your career. Like first couple fights, if Bellator wants to grab a hold of you and help your career and then give you good fights, like I would take that too. But I think everyone's end goal should be like trying to get to those Contender Series moments, or trying to get on tough, or trying to get a short notice fight with the UFC or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's really funny you mention that because actually Sean O'Malley is probably the first big superstar to come from the Contender Series. So I really appreciate your perspective on it.
Yeah, the Contender Series, like Dana talks about it every Wednesday. He's like, the kids that come from the show are like superstars. Like I don't know why it is. I don't know if it's because they put the fights on in the middle of the week and everyone has nothing else to do, so they're watching the fights or what. But there's a lot of good guys that come from the Contender Series, and I think it also has to do with the Contender Series matchmaking because all the fights in the Contender Series are bangers, and then whoever comes out of those bangers are usually superstars. So.
Yeah, for sure. I was wondering, right, if you could fight anyone right now within your weight class, UFC or whatever, all MMA, do you have an opponent that you would choose?
Just for like the sheer spectacle of it, I don't know. I really wouldn't know. I don't think I'm at the level to compete with those guys yet, but just I don't know. That'd be a good question. Whoever would make me the most money, probably.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Oh man, that's great. That's great. Quick question over here. Back to the little bit of a dream fight thing here. If you could fight anyone from any time in the UFC, not just like the current roster, is there anyone you would fight, or who would you want to fight?
That's a good question.
Because for me, I would compete in bantamweight myself. I would always want to fight Dominic Cruz. I've always ever wanted to fight Dominic Cruz because that would be the most tricky puzzle to figure out.
Yeah, that dude just bounces around you the whole time. You don't know where he's gonna be.
Yeah.
Ever. Probably Connor. Like it would just be probably one of the biggest fights that's ever been done. Your name's in the history books just because you fought that dude. So probably Connor.
The money.
Respectfully, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
For sure. Well, before we close out, do you want to shout out your Instagram? Where can people find you? And one last message for your opponent and your fight coming up.
Yeah, my Instagram is HoundDogHoagie. I put all my stuff on there. I'm trying to get a YouTube going. So my name on YouTube is just Anthony Hogeback. I should pop right up. And then my message for my opponent is just, thanks for taking the fight because I've been having a hard time finding fights. So I appreciate you showing up and I'm ready to go. So yeah, that's all. And appreciate you guys for having me on. It's a nice platform. So hope you guys have me back.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, everyone, make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. You can follow us on Instagram at MMA.island. Hold up. MMA.island.pod. That's our new Instagram. Also follow us on the MMA.island. Check out our website, MMAisland.net. Anthony, again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.